Highway 1 bypass south.
Alrighty. We're on US 1, Georgia 4, Georgia 57. The Larry J. Butch Parish Parkway. We are currently going around the west side of Swainsboro, Georgia.
Highway 1 bypass.
Unlike the last 3 tractors I've moved, I should be picking up a set of dual tires with it, and we should be fairly legal. I think we'll be legal as far as weight is concerned. We'll be 10 foot wide. We should be legal height, I think. I mean, but we're taking this out here to El Campo, Texas. So, which is a little bit southwest of Houston. What's that major town out there? I think near Victoria. I think that's toward the direction we're going to go. It should not be too difficult to get loaded. I mean, 4 chains, maybe 5. If it's got counterweights on it, I'll throw a strap over top of the counterweights for an extra, couple thousand pounds of securement. But throw a cab tarp on it, I think. Maybe have to take the exhaust stack or the off it. Put some antennas down, take a light off, a beacon light off, whatnot.
Keep right onto Highway 1 bypass north.
It shouldn't be too big of a deal. And then of course we got to get our permit, we got to get measured, we got to get our permits, at least a temporary Georgia permit to get to the nearest scale, which I believe is over in Dublin. I think that's the nearest scale I can get to. I'll find out what the nearest one's going to be, but I think Dublin is going to be the closest. We'll get a scale ticket. If we need if we actually are overweight, then I have to come all the way back up here to drop the tires off, because I won't be able to take the tires if I'm overweight. If I just need to adjust the tractor backwards or forwards a little bit, that's no big deal. A foot, a few inches left, front or back, we'll make it fit. We'll make it work. And then it's just a question of what time I'm going to get there. I was hoping that I was going to be up here earlier, but it just took too long, too much time to get up to, because of an accident right there at Jacksonville, Georgia. Right there where I-95 and 295 or what is that, Florida 9B. Yeah, where Florida 9B turns off and then merges up with I-295. that little jog around the east side of Jacksonville. Accident there, detour down there, right after I left, which had another 20 odd miles, blah, blah, blah. So, that's, plus, all the way up from, basically from, basically just a little bit north of Fort Lauderdale, north, all the way up to Georgia. So that, I did 500 miles yesterday. So, it wasn't exactly a, I didn't make it as far as I wanted. I wanted to get all the way up here to I-16. That way I only had had roughly an hour to my delivery, to my pickup, but didn't quite work out that way. So if I can get to, let's say, Hope Hull today, depending on if I can get a route that goes a lot more south, instead of having to go up through the Atlanta area and back down. Now if I can get one that heads down, like say, shoot straight towards Dothan, Alabama, just cut straight across on roads like this, the U.S. roads, not the interstates, that would be a lot nicer. But we'll see what they make me do. First of all, I have to get to get loaded, get my permits requested, get a scale ticket, make sure I'm legal on my weights. If I'm not legal on my weights, then it's going to be hopefully the only legality is the drives or the trailer weighs more than it should, and I have room to move it backwards and forwards. As long as I don't have to come back up here to have to take the tires off, that'll be fine. I want to stay away from Atlanta. I want to stay away from Montgomery. That's just further out of the way than I want to go. I'd rather come all the way back down here to I-16, get to Dublin, like I said, then get off onto Georgia 26. Go through Cochran, Georgia, little town there. Take that down to 75. Over near Cordell, Georgia. And then there at Cordell, head down through Albany, over to Dothan, then take the 84 out of Dothan, follow that over to I-65, and then down to Mobile, I-10, I-12, back onto I-10, over through Houston, I-69, then south. If I can do that, that would be ideal. That would be the best route to go. One, it cuts out a lot of distance. It may not cut out any time, but definitely going to cut out a good amount of distance. I might save an hour, 2 hours. If I can go the back road, you know, like I said, over to Dublin, get my scale ticket. Then from there, head south towards Cochrane, then Cordell, down to Albany, over to Dothan, Mobile, past Baton Rouge, New Orleans, straight out into Texas through past Houston, and down the angle southwest after that. That would be the ideal. Now, I want to deliver tomorrow afternoon. Maybe late, but I want to deliver tomorrow afternoon. That may not entirely be possible. I may have to be delivering on Thursday morning, before noon. If I can deliver Thursday before noon and pick up, by 2:30 somewhere, and have a load that'll take me all the way up until Monday, have a really, really good 2 weeks, despite losing 3 days. Well, actually losing 3.5 days. Well, almost 4 days. This past week have not really been entirely conducive. Monday I delivered. Monday afternoon I got to headquarters. Tuesday I sat. Wednesday I sat. I picked up on Thursday. I sat all day Sunday. I delivered Monday. Now, I drove, delivered Monday morning, drove all day yesterday. Now driving part of the day today, so we're a little bit behind the schedule that we want to be at. All right, 16 miles to my stop. Get up here, get loaded as fast as I can. I want to keep it well under an hour. Permits requested, measured, secured, flagged up, all that jazz. We're going to be 10 foot wide. We should not be heavy, overweight. We should not really be tall. So we should be get a quick, Georgia permit. Get our get back to the scale. We're sitting at 3/4 of a tank on the driver's side, under 5/8 of a tank on the passenger side. So let's say a little over 5/8 tank of fuel. That'll work. I don't really need to fill. I'm not worried about putting fuel in, so I don't have to worry about waiting on that. Like I said, we got about 14 miles up here to our shipper. It's a little over 1,000 miles. The way the Rand McNally's got me routed right now, I want to see if I can put some waypoints in there and reduce that. If I can, and they give me that route, that'll really, really help. Another solar farm. The solar arrays going in there. Pardon me. There's another one right there being installed. Like I said, we're going to pick up this John Deere 8270, get it out to El Campo.
Speed limit
Texas.
reduced ahead.
And like I said, if I can eliminate some miles because I'm not taking the main interstates, I can get some of the back roads like we're on right now. That'll really, really help me getting there Wednesday evening, right before they close. That would be outstanding. Even if they just let me park there overnight and then unload in the morning, that'll be fine. I can break the trailer apart. I can have everything taken off the tractor, everything stowed away properly, everything reset the way I need it to be. So, they come in like 7:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, bam, done, out of there. If I can do that, I mean, even if I have to put the trailer in there, and then put the tractor outside the fence, and I can park right there in front, I got no problem with that. I'll have zero problem with that.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
But we will see what is possible and not possible. The sign there clearly says no parking. Why you park there? Oh, you're turning? Why don't you use a turn signal to let everybody else know what you're actually doing? Knuckleheads. Bring it back down to 50. This is the town of Wadley. Wadley, right off to our left here is downtown, the main part of town. We're on the outskirts, on the right, on the east side. I mean, if I could have gotten here last night, this would have been perfect, right here. 9 miles away from my shipper. That would have been perfect if I could have gotten here last night. So the temperature outside is around 81 degrees. Hopefully it's not too humid outside. I'm not really interested in feeling like I'm wearing a lead overcoat. Like I said, we'll get in here, we'll get loaded, we'll get our first permit to get us to the scale. We'll get a proper scaling. If I need to adjust anything, we'll adjust it. I don't think we're going to be overweight, but we can always be surprised. But hopefully we're not overweight, so we don't have to deal with that stuff. If we weigh well, then we can zoom down the road a little bit. And that'll get us, that'll make our routing a little bit easier. Like I said, we can take roads like this, with a little more ease, get us all the way out to I-65 there in Alabama, in southern Alabama, a little bit north of Mobile. And then basically it's all highway from there, pretty much, until like 20, 30 miles, maybe from El Campo. So it should be good. We ain't going to, it ain't going to be that difficult. Like I said, basically 4 chains, maybe 5, and a strap. We may put a cargo net over the cab's roof, secure that down, put a boot on the exhaust to keep the turbo protected. I may have to take off a beacon light and antenna. I may have to take off the exhaust stack. We'll see what we need to do. And hopefully we don't. We'll get our height, our width, get to the scale, get our weight. We're not going to worry about length. Length is not an issue. We're definitely not going to be hanging out the back over 4 feet. John Deere bulldozers, a Caterpillar wheel loader, and a couple of Case, tractors. Looked like Caterpillar scrapers, another Cat bulldozer there, with a straight blade and a ripper. There's a Volvo excavator there. So they're adding another 2 lanes over there, so there's going to be 2 lanes this way and eventually 2 lanes that way, looks like. So here we are at 10 o'clock. We're just about 5 minutes away, roughly, from our shipper. We'll get in, we'll get set up, we'll break the trailer apart, we'll get the tractor on, we'll get rehooked, we'll hook back up, get it all aired up, raised back in the air, we'll get some decent measurements for our height. We'll flag up, get our lights, our banners, our flags, everything in place. We'll get our permits requested. Then we will secure our load. Once we get our Georgia permit, we can get to the scale there at the Pilot Flying J there in Dublin. And then once we have that, then we see if we need to do any adjustments, which hopefully we don't. Hopefully I have enough competency, or at least 2 brain cells, to be able to properly put this on the truck in a balanced way. And then we should be able to go from there. I'm going to put the dual tires.
3 miles. Your destination is on the right.
I think I'm only picking up 2 dual tires. Why are we doing 32 miles an hour here? Oh, lordy. There's a Caterpillar, 1400M or 140M. I moved one of those. There's an old, wheel dozer right there. Surprised that thing's still being used. All right, Grandpa, if you're going to be on the road, think of other people. So they're replacing the bridge here, or they're adding a bridge. More than likely they'll put that bridge in, then replace this one. Ah, Lord. Drive like a moron. No reason to be doing 32 miles an hour in a 45 mile an hour zone. None. You want to be sightseeing, pull off the road and see the sights. Otherwise, little consideration for other people. It's not difficult. It really isn't. Basic civility, basic manners. I'm not asking you to speed by any stretch of the imagination. So I guess here in this 35 mile an hour zone, you're going to do 20. no problem if you're going to do the speed limit and nothing more. I got zero problem with that. I encourage that. But don't be stupid. All right, Louisville, city limits. Here we are.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
Alrighty. So just about another mile up the road here. So right off to our right here is the municipal airport. It said Louisville, home of the Georgia's first Pentecostal church. I think that's what that sign said. Didn't exactly make it as clear as they could make it, but all right. So there's the John Deere dealer right there. So now we got to see how we're going to get in here, so we can turn around. It looks like there's a bit of turning radius right there. We should have no problems. I think we'll be A-OK. There's 2 gates. I think we want to go in the wider gate there. Yeah, that's a little tight right there. We're going to go through the wider one here.
In a quarter mile, your destination is on the right.
Picking up an 8270. None of these brand new ones, I don't think. These are all 8Rs and 9Rs and some combines. I think we're picking up a nice old used one. That's like a 7 Series right there. Yeah, that's a 720. $82.95. There's an 8R right there. $82.30. We're going to swing around this way so we can, face outwards. We don't need the dock. If we need the dock, we would have gone the other way, but a little swampy right here. $8,400. $82.70 right there. I think that might be our thing. Yes, it's got some counterweights. I won't need to take anything off the top. Outstanding. That's the way we like it. Nice and all ready for us. back up here. And we got stacks of, we got stack of 2, stack of 4, stack of 4. I think we'll put it right there. So that's us. Now we can get ourselves loaded. Then we're off to Texas. Talk to y'all later.